can't believe you've done this.
Okay. Hey people, I've had a couple messages come through asking me to do some sort of a painting video, something with, just me showing the brands that I use, if I have any special techniques or anything crazy like that. So I ended up making this, and I'll show you really just how I paint, any little strategy I have, and then just talk about the brands that I use. I'll only be painting my arm in this clip since I don't want to get banned from YouTube already. So before I even use the paint, I actually take some basic painter's tape and stick it on myself. There isn't really anything else to this other than me just trying to be consistent each video. I always start with the beige color on my chest each time, so this helps me section off that area of my body before I move to the other sections. For the first brand, I use Snazaroo. It's a water-based body paint. I use their Barely Beige color, and since it's water-based, it's nothing too complicated. You just dip the brush, dab it a couple times to get any loose water off, and then rub it against the tin that they give you. After it's saturated with paint, you just rub it on your arm or wherever it is that you're putting this, and it goes on. Really no hassle, nothing too challenging there. I usually put 2 coats on my chest and 3 or more coats on the rest of my body, just that it is an even color and it isn't as prone to smudging or smearing once I start to film. In case there's any confusion, this is my arm. The second brand that I use is called Mayron. I use their dark green color. It's a water-based paint just like the first brand, so it's just, using the same brush, the same little technique, and it applies without much hassle. I do think this brand is a little bit higher quality than Snazaroo. It's also a little bit more expensive. Nothing that's going to break the bank, but if you do want to get a little bit better quality paint, one that lasts longer, you should throw a couple extra bucks at this brand. So once the paint has dried, I work to take the painter's tape off and then fill in the unpainted middle section between the colors. For this, I swap to the smaller brush, and I use that with the green body paint to get as close to the beige as I can. This is the part that takes the longest by far. People have asked me how long the whole costume takes to put together, and I say 2 to 2.5 hours. It is because of this portion. It's not fun or easy to do. It's very slow work, but it lets me get as clean of a look as I can. The lines are crisp and straight, and I think it's worth it in the end for the final product. After I filled in the open areas from the painter's tape, I swapped to just the final little decals that I put on myself. I used the black Mayron paint and a small brush just to put the spots on. I put these, on my chest area, upper chest, and then around my groin. For the upper chest, I just do it freehand. There's no stencil, there's no anything else. For the groin area, I do have a stencil, so it is consistent each time. I just made something out of paper, I cut it out each time, and I just lay it down there so it's consistent and looks alright. I also put the little red stripe. I just use red acrylic paint for this, nothing crazy. It's just one little accent that I put down there to balance out the look. For a little bonus product, I do use NYX setting spray, and all it is a spray that you put on top of the paint once it's dry for a little extra layer. All it does is make the paint harder to smear. I put this on when I know I'm going to be moving around a lot or if I'm filming with another person. So yeah, that is just a quick little intro to body painting, the paints that I use, a couple little techniques that I do each time. I really think this is a hobby that's easy to get into. It is a little intimidating at first just because of all the colors that are available, the different methods of applying them, but as you can see from the video, it's nothing complicated, especially with water-based paint. So thanks for checking the video out, thanks for the support, and I hope you continue to enjoy the work that I do. Thanks.